Here, Vanderbilt women's basketball head coach Shea Ralph. Coach, your team has another busy week of non-conference play. You've got 3 non-conference games in 5 days, 2 here in Nashville, but the stretch starts up in Bowling Green against Western Kentucky. How are you guys preparing for this busy stretch?
We're just working on being ourselves still. That's going to be what it is. I think that's probably the most important thing, especially at this time of year. That, number one, and number two, making sure we have a great plan to take care of our bodies. It is a busy week. We have school. We have practice. We're traveling for a game tonight. We have 3 games this week, and then we turn right back around and have another travel day on Monday for 2 big games next week. So this is what it looks like, though, when you're playing in tournaments. This is what it looks like. So there is no, walk over a team on our schedule. I told them every team on our schedule is really good. I don't care what their name is. I don't care what conference they're in. I don't care who's on their team. That's the approach that we have to have, and they are. So we're going to prepare the same way today that we're going to prepare next month, that we're going to prepare in January for any team that we play next.
Why not?
You guys were just at Austin Peay, not Western Kentucky. What kind of goes into scheduling these shorter road trips in the non-conference schedule against, mid-major?
We're learning that, number one, the competition in our area is really good. There's a lot of really great coaches and really great teams in this area of the country, in Tennessee and in Kentucky, whether they're P4s or mid-majors. And I like the competition of it. I like bringing acknowledgement to the games and the players that are on those great teams. And I like playing on the road in a tough environment. I think that always makes you better. So we've enjoyed, having teams on our schedule that are in driving distance, that are really good, that challenge us, with coaches that, I admire and respect. And it also, lessens the load. A trip on a bus for a couple hours is a lot different than flying across the country. So having done what we did in Paris to start the season off, it was really important that it made sense, our schedule after that, at least for the couple weeks following.
What have you made of just Aubrey Galvin so far this season, and what do you see out of her as a player and a distributor as well?
Well, I think, what have I made of her? She's exactly what I thought she was going to be. And it was funny because in the recruiting process, I think there was a lot of she's too small. Not for my staff, but just in general. You go and you watch a player and they're really good, but we play in the best conference in the country. And I don't mind a small guard. I love small guard. Aubrey plays with a chip on her shoulder, just like Maddie Green, just like Michaela. And so when you see a player that has confidence like she has and competitiveness, a very high IQ, those are things you can't coach. So what I would like to do is for her to continue to hone controlling the tempo of the game, both offensively and defensively, making sure that we get a good shot. Right now, we're turning the ball over a little bit too much for me. But I want her to continue to play freely. So I pick and choose my battles with her because the last thing I want to do is create fear and high-level guard early on. I know she's going to make some mistakes, but she's going to make a lot more plays for herself and others than mistakes. So I'll live with the ones that she's making for now.
Jackalenga has made 4 threes already this year. She made 1 all last year. Is that something they just didn't ask her to do much at Texas, or is that something you guys really wanted her to develop since she's gotten here?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what they asked her to do. I think her role was definitely different than it is here. And, we wanted her to come in and be able to spread her wings a little bit, and we needed her to be honest. And I think, she's playing a different position here than she played at Texas, is my understanding. So it also provides her some ability to be more versatile, along with us telling her, hey, listen, these are the things that we want you to do. This is how you're going to do it, and we just need you to have confidence at and work towards it. So I think both of those things really matter, and she really is just spreading her wings, so it's been fun to watch.
The last game felt like the earliest that Aaliyah got in. Do you feel like you're starting to or could get more out of her, in these next few games?
Absolutely. And we need Aaliyah. We need size. Everybody knows that. So it's right now it's myself and our staff playing around with our lineups, our substitution patterns. When we get her in, what are we doing with the 2 bigs when they're in there? What can we do to set everybody else up for success when she's in there with another big or by herself? And you also just never know how it's going to play out, right? So I brought Aaliyah here to play. She's earning playing time, and so I'm going to give it to her. And then the rest we'll figure out. But certainly those are changes I needed to make this year where the players that are on our team, I want them to all be able to contribute. And we never know when their number is going to be called. We're not a 1 or 2 man team. So I need to make sure that our rotations are solid and those kids have confidence that they may come in the first quarter and have to produce, and this is how you do it.
What have you seen from Sasha as she's worked her way back in? Obviously missing the full year and getting back into game action. How have you tried to deploy her, and what have you seen so far?
No different than we've deployed her, utilized her in, the time that she's been here. I think she's still working on building her confidence. I have had the unfortunate, experience, or lucky experience since I'm her coach, of being out quite a bit. So having had an injury and then having to wait a year to come back and play. So I understand that the mental side of that is a lot more difficult than the physical side. It takes time, but it's like riding a bike. She'll figure it out. And for me, it's just continuing to instill confidence in her and telling her to play hard, rebound, do the things you're great at. The rest will come to you. And I know it will. So it's still early in the year, but her just showing up with joy and playing with confidence right now is all I care about.